This is Darkmoon. It's a management base builder sort of survival game where you command this sort of spider thing around the moon. There's quite a few interesting things going on, so let's dive in and see what's happening. So up at the top we have got a bunch of resources. Now, this is the sort of first like post-tutorial level. If things look a little bit complicated, don't worry, I'll explain what the heck is going on. We have got our objectives up in the top right-hand corner. The Grimaldi lunar base is what we need to reach, and at the present moment we're just in pause mode, but we're gonna unpause here and explore a little bit. So this thing can do a whole heck of a lot of stuff. This is the mother spider. We can undertake some pinging, but there's no signals to detect at the present moment. We can also run scans. This is for resources. This is very, very handy for uncovering resources. And then after we have uncovered the resources, we can undertake an excavation, and that will knock the resources to the top of the world. And from there, we have got these little robots. These are, I guess, like little scanning robots, and then these little guys are harvesting robots. And once the resources have been scanned here, we should see this unit start to move out to here. Although, to be fair, we probably aren't going to be harvesting any of these resources because a whole bunch of them are maxed out. Anyway, that's what we can do. So the thing about this base is that it is movable. What we can do is we can effectively fold it up, and we can head on over here to the Grimaldi lunar base, which is where our current kind of objective is. Now, the premise for this game is that effectively the Earth has been destroyed, and we are surviving. We're the last bastion of humanity on the dark side of the moon. The entire journey is eerily silent, etc. Well, there's a lot of sort of like text and whatnot. If you want to pause and read, absolutely, you're more than welcome to. Wait, what do you mean? What happened to the evacuation pods? All right, then we'll go to Copernicus and try to make ourselves a rocket out of the moon. Okay, that is fine. Okay, so our objective for the game is basically to escape the moon. I don't know where we're going to escape back to, given that Earth is kind of cooked, but that's okay. We can see here that we've got a overview of the rocket, which we are going to try and build. And actually, whilst we're looking at it, we can see all of these different little pizza-shaped slices. This is what we are able to build a whole bunch of different buildings on. And in fact, there are a whole bunch of buildings that we can build. You can see that they take up a different level of space here. So the advanced lunar crete grinder is going to take up two little cubes, whereas all of this other stuff basically only takes up one. Now, our objective currently is to build a capsule complex in order to apparently house some survivors here. So let's see if we can try and do that. It'll be in crew, capsule complex. It's going to cost me a couple of resources in order to build. You can see the resources up at the top here. It's going to take us just a second to fabricate the resources in this, I guess, like little central dome area, which is totally fine. We can get that all built, and then from there, we can assign exactly where we want to build it, and we will build it on that little area over there. With the capsule complex ready, survivors from the base are moving to the Mechaplex. Excellent. We can't overwork them or shorten their shifts, or we must keep their mind focused. We'll extend their shifts. I think we will extend their shifts. If they work, they won't be able to conspire against me. Quite right. Right. Issue the necessary orders, Commander. Excellent. Okay, so now we can explore some of the other aspects of this base. First things first, decrees. We got a whole bunch of different decrees that we can implement. Extended shifts is going to give us additional resources, but it is going to lower crew morale. I don't particularly care because that's what we're going to be issuing regardless. Okay, decree is now in effect, impacting the crew differently. Some will appreciate it, while others may not. That is fine. Separating them when needed, maintaining morale is crucial, etc., etc. Okay. Remove and assign a worker from a production building. Yeah, I mean, we can do that. That's the infirmary. The oxygen biosphere here, we're just going to assign and unassign. There we go, people as we need to do. Okay, cool. Yes, there's a lot of tutorialization. I don't particularly care about it. All I really want to get down and dirty with is exploring and harvesting. So, you can see that we now have 7 crew, which is great. Resources looking fine. Lots of crew being brought on board, which is grand. This is our commander sort of stats, apparently. Person characteristics, Commander Rossi, I think it is, 34. There's a whole bunch of sort of like different specializations and skills that we selected at the start of the game, but it doesn't really matter, assigned to the mother spider at the present moment. Okay, here's what's really cool about this game, is that we can effectively box this sucker up, and we can take off. And when we take off, thank you, and when we take off, we can explore the moon. I don't know where the Earth's over there. Okay, it's looking not looking too cooked, to be honest. But we can explore and take ourselves wherever the heck we want to. This is apparently where we came from. This is these sort of early sort of like tutorial levels. But what we really want to do is go to Copernicus Starport, Pearl of the Moon. Excellent. So, we will just set that as the destination, and we will head on over there. As the convoy inches towards the unknown, I wonder about the Copernicus Starport. Lou, who is my little sort of like, I guess, AI robot helper, who's allowing me to, I don't know, learn about how things are going. We need to stop and produce a new engine. Fine. Okay, now the benefit of doing this is that it will allow us to explore exactly how the rover works. Excellent, we can now produce the engine. Fantastic. So, let's do a little bit of... Let's do a ping, just to make sure that there are no resources around here that we can actually pick up. Let's do a scan to see if there are any resources around us. There are, and then we will do an excavation, and we can actually toggle the excavation on to sort of automatically excavate. I don't necessarily know if that's something that we want to do or not, but it's something that we can do, which is nice. There we go. No more resources for excavation. Move the spider to a different area, and then do that. Cool. So, here's what we can do. Here's what we can do. We can produce specific items for the spider. Now, at the present moment, we can only produce a Mechaplex engine. I guess we will build that. We will start the process of getting it built. You can see nice little progress. What else have we got going on here? Fast building management view. Don't particularly need to care about that. Economy. There's a whole bunch of economy, sort of stats, global effects. That's coming through our decree that we've got there. Production, consumption of all of the different resources here. Excellent. Thank you very much. What else have we got? Technology. Okay. That's not something that we need to worry about quite yet. Construct buildings. We've already looked at that. We've got workers, etc. That's looking fine. Factions. Apparently, these are factions that are on board my current spider. And we've got different relations with all of them. Okay, that's fine. Next thing that we want to look at is soldier equipment? Spider equipment. And this is where we have made the engine. And the engine will allow me to increase our spider speed. Fine. Great. we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff to do. We got a lot of stuff to do. And in fact, we have some objectives. And we are going to see if we can try and visit the SOS... The SOS announcement that just went out. Either way, looking pretty cool so far. Kind of like it. Okay, objective is to build a weapon capsule and a small drone capsule. Let's see if we can try and do that. I think it's in miscellaneous. Yep, there we go. Cool, let's get it built. And actually, that has freed up some resources, which is great because that means that some of my little harvesters are going to do a final job of harvesting all of these resources, which is kind of necessary because I'd like a few more. Right, this minimap is pretty useless. Can't really see anything, basically. Let's put this over here. There we go. And then let's make ourselves... where is it? Miscellaneous. Small drone. Beautiful. Okay, so this will give me rudimentary weapon production. Laser shots per minute +5. Great. It's going to give us a defensive capability, which is quite nice. We still have the objective to build to reach the Copernicus Starport, which we're still going towards, but that's okay. There's a couple of notifications up here. People are in suboptimal locations. I don't care about that, to be honest. There we go. Get the drone port assigned over there, and we can now pay a visit to the pilot, Moritz Jung. Okay. Fine, we will do that. Let's pack up and see if we can try and head away. I got plenty of resources, so that's all right. SOS location looks down here. It looks like it's down there. Let's head on over there and head to Copernicus. Yeah, by the way, oxygen, water, biomass, and energy. We need to make sure that we are always sort of staying on top of all of those things. Otherwise, well, life could become very short and very flippin' miserable. Really, really darned quick. Okay. There are enemy drones or turrets in this location. Commander. Pilot Jung is just on the other side of these defensive units. I tried to make contact with the computer running them, but to no avail. We have to destroy them. Okay. These look like bad guys. Yeah, they very much do look like bad guys. Right, well, let's head within range and see what we've got. See what we've got going on. Destroy the turrets. I think combat is fine. I mean, I don't think it's anything that we... Yeah, it's not anything that we get to determine. But we've just got our little sort of drone here, which is just flying up and around. Holy cow, that was a very, very large explosion. A very, very satisfying explosion at that. Ah, good stuff. Nice. Finally, someone. Have you received my SOS call? I was caught by surprise in this little post, of course. Good thing you don't follow the rules. What do you mean I don't follow the rules? I mean that giant laser beam, that's what I mean. But don't worry, I won't tell anyone. Okay, I want to ask you something else. What are you doing here? Found a cave to hide in before it was too late. Ship's in good condition. Take care of myself. You can join us if you want. Sure. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Ooh! Look at that! We got ourselves another spider to play around with. Ooh, very, very nice indeed. Okay, so if we box up, is that going to box both of us up? I'm assuming that it will. But anyway, let's head on over to Copernicus. Now, we could land at any point along this journey if we needed to collect extra resources. Now, at the present moment, I don't. It's fine. We're all right. Buildings are inactive during travel, so that is important to sort of consider. That's cool. All right, let's land. Let's land and see what is happening over here, and we'll also see if we've got ourselves. Our buddy. Okay, the crew abruptly started by a loud buzzing from the speakers, causing chaos as they cover their ears. Just as suddenly the noise stops, a robotic voice introduces itself as Dave. Okay. What happened? What are the casualties? This is casualties at the starport. Okay, fine. Right, we have to make a few stops to replenish our resources. There's a rich resource point right on the way to the evacuation point, but if necessary, we can stop at any place. Indeed, we can. Okay, turns out we're not landing at Copernicus Starport. That is not possible. Wasteland or straight to the evacuation point. I mean, I think we've got plenty of resources. Ship will periodically get damaged by lunar dust. Make sure you replace the spider's lunar dust protectors. Thank you very much. Okay, and in fact, I would like to check. We can't check the spider kit, but let's land here, and then let's see. So, oh yeah, look, our spider is here. Also, I'm thinking that I didn't actually land. Yeah, I don't think I landed. There we go. Yeah, I literally landed very, very short of the landing pad. Right. Doubts linger about Dave's involvement in emergency protocols. Lou alerts you to weak communication signal attempting to reach the ship. We should check the signal. Maybe some more survivors. Cool. Okay, we'll actually land this time. We'll actually hopefully get down here. Amazing. Okay, so there are some nodes. I detect a rising interference rate in this area. Commander, let's try heading north or west to bypass it. So, that would be north. That would be west, according to my little compass over here. That's grand. So, current objective is an alternative way to gain knowledge about spaceship construction. Apparently, we don't know how to do spaceship construction. That's fine. Let's just go. Let's just go. Move you out there. Move you out there. We don't really. No signals to detect here. That's fine. We will come across some signals at some point. Let's go into 2 times speed. I mean, it's a pretty rocky landscape, so I guess it's a pretty good thing that we've got a whole bunch of legs on all of our ships here. Not really sure what we're going to be expecting, but that's all right. Yeah, maybe there's some wreckage here. I mean, I can stop and explore the wreckage, but I don't think I really need to worry about it. The interference is fading. I think I'll be able to make connection. Upon reaching a clear signal, you engage in communication with a woman identifying herself as Aiko Saito from Jax 1. Okay. Okay. Your ship is heading straight for an unstable nuclear plant. What are you talking about? What? Okay, little sus, to be honest. Aiko offers coordinates to her underground base, stating it's the only way to save your crew. Okay, I'll trust you. We'll go to your place. Fine. Okay, should we do a little scan just to see if there's anything around here? I don't think there is. Doesn't look like there's any resources around here, to be honest. Like a very, very small number, but nothing crazy. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna do with you yet, to be honest, buddy. I mean, hold on. Stop here. Yeah, so we can build... I think we can build, like, one building on each corner, but it's not a whole heck of a lot, to be honest. Right, we need to go to the underground base next. That is one thing that I will sort of note about my time with this game. I feel like we're doing a lot of traveling. All I want to do is basically explore and build. I feel like constantly jumping around between all of these different areas. A little bit unsatisfying. You've been searching for a while with no luck. Lou struggles to connect with Aiko when suddenly a broken ship appears on the horizon. Shouldn't have trusted you. Reveals that her daughter Hina is injured from the explosion and pleads for her rescue. We would have rescued your daughter anyway. Okay. The real underground base. Yeah, see... I feel like there's just quite a lot of text here, and I don't really care, to be honest. I just want to... I want to explore. I want to build. I want to automate. I want to do all the fun stuff that comes with running a flippin' mech spider on the moon. Right, the tunnels are dark, making it easy to get lost. Lou establishes another connection with Aiko, who informs you that you're getting closer. Nothing is ever easy, is it? No, it is not. Okay, objective is over here. Entrance to Jack's base. This is the secret underground base over here. Well, let's just head in this direction, I suppose. Head on over to here. This looks like... I guess this looks like an entrance. It looks as good as any. Are my little walkers going to collide? No, I think they're going to be... I think they're going to be just fine, to be honest with you. It's looking... It's looking pretty good. I want to see some combat soon. I want to see some combat. We do need more oxygen. Oxygen, by the way, is enter navigation mode, set course into the base. Okay. Oxygen is produced. Thank you. Oxygen is produced at one of these buildings, the oxygen biosphere. Also, speaking of, I was going to check out the spider equipment. So, we've currently got the lunar dust protector, the MS protector, and another lunar dust protector. So we need to make sure that these are replaced sort of semi-regularly. Auto repair unit slowly restores HP when equipped. Okay, that's fine. Well, HP is in a pretty decent place at the moment, so I don't think that we need to necessarily worry about that too much. Right, is the way that we get into Jack's one base? Yeah, the way that we get into Jack's one base is this way. One of the storages is full. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't sweat the small stuff. Right. I don't know how we're going to be inside a underground base, but I guess we will see momentarily. He says. Okay. Oh, I guess this is kind of... Is this underground? I don't know. Right. Some, like, old little rovers over here. We need to get over to this area. Let's do it. Let's do it. This looks like a gate over there. But to be fair, we might just walk over all of these rocks. Yeah, cool. Screw it. I mean, maybe we'll walk over the wall as well. To be fair, we probably could do that. This is quite something. This is quite something. And tell you what, my little pilot friend over here, not a fast robot. Not a fast robot, I'm afraid. Can run a scan there. Not that bothered. Fine. Okay. You approach the underground Japanese base, feeling anxious about Aiko's prolonged silence. I'm sure we can use a break. I am sure we can use a break. That would be delightful. Just what the doctor ordered for my busy crew. A few hours pass as you try to rest, aware that the safety of Jax 1 is likely temporary. You know that you'll have to figure out things soon. Is that your cat? I'll join you outside. That's great, because I have none. Let's go. Aiko's waiting for you at the command post, ready to discuss pressing matters. She explains the navigation system isn't broken, and Dave intentionally sent you to the nuclear plant. You suggest the sunlight damaged the network, but Aiko clarifies that the AI has gone rogue. Dave runs a defense program for Moonshell and is now targeting everything that has survived the cataclysm, including you. Why would the AI try to kill us? Have you not seen Terminator before? Honestly. We have to leave the moon. We've got to leave the moon. We've got to leave the moon. Okay, you two can talk it out later. Now we must move. Take us out from here. In the meantime, I'll take care of Lou so that Dave can no longer track him. Right. Leave Jax 1. Leave Jax 1 and go where? Over here, apparently. One of the largest mines serves as the main provider. It's known for rich deposits of titanium and gas. Fine, I guess. I mean, I don't really know. I guess we're leaving Jax 1 so that, the rogue AI doesn't destroy us? But I guess, I mean, I'm not particularly worried about it. I can just sort of hop out and fly around the moon, apparently. Which is quite nice. Right, after escaping the threat of Dave, you and your crew have a moment to catch your breath. Excellent. Sure, I'm gonna shout at you. She was wrong and apologizes for her earlier reaction. She didn't expect to see an old lunar operation unit in a newer Mechaplex model. Okay. So we must get out of here. Great. Do we need any resources? Not really, to be honest. We're actually completely fine for resources. Right, there's a little objective to head to over there. Aiko informed us that she looks at our Mechaplex and its abilities are great. She informed us that we can produce a spaceship that can return us back to Earth ourselves, but we need blueprints and resources for this. Okay, let's do it. We'll go there. Excellent. Right, Chinese Dragon Base spaceship. Can we travel there directly, or do we need to head on over to the corner? Right, Dragon Wave is right here. Moritz Jung came up to me with a harsh frown on his face, Commander. There are rumors going around. You plan to go to the Chinese base, the Dragon Wave. Yes, we're thinking about it. You can't deal with them. Trust me, I've made more deals in my life than you've had breakfast. You can't deal with them. These people will use you and probably steal the Mechaplex. We need their help. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Go to the EU base. I don't care. But there's lots of different bases here. There's absolutely nothing here. Please continue your journey to another location. A little sus, to be honest. There's Dragon Wave. Okay. There's Szklodska Center. Polish base. Hamilton. Moon X. There's Jimstown. Planck Research Lab. Shackleton. That's a name that I recognize. Graf Nuclear Plant. Okay. I think we're gonna go to Dragon Wave. But before we do, let me just real quick go back to the mines here, because I want to see what. Yeah, I want to see what these things are. These little sort of points of interest that we have on the map. There's at least 2. Yeah. Should be filled with supplies, but this place has a bad reputation. We can't just leave those supplies. We have to check it. The old mine groans a bit, but holds steady. Okay, well, that's it. Well, I guess I'm not going to go and bother and check that one. That's alright. Bad weather, we should change our current location. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I guess if it's just for a few supplies, I'm not gonna bother too much. Right, let's go to Dragon Wave, mostly because it sounds the coolest. I guess we'll go to. What the heck? That just turned red. I guess we'll go to Dragon Wave, mostly because it sounds coolest, but I'm also not against going to the Polish center. Would probably be alright. Right, and walk over here. Fine. And honestly, anything that gives me these parts for the spaceship, definitely something that I am interested in checking out. I want to build more buildings, though. I mean, dry lunacrete grinder. Yeah, let's create that. Before getting in, you have to make contact. Break into their systems. Okay. There is some strange stuff going on. My father's smart, he'll look out for me. Okay. Turns out your dad is here somewhere. Let's build the lunar crete. Oh. The sun is about to rise on the horizon. You've less than 2 hours to evacuate. Best to hurry. There we go. It's looking good. We need to move to another location. Goodness gracious me. Is anyone where they say they're going to be? Flippin' heck. So we need to go to Lu Wei Jun. Shackleton. Food Co. Where the heck are you? Food Co. Graph nuclear plant. Find his location on the moon. Maybe head over here. Unknown anomaly for 21 hours. An unusual disturbance in the marked location. It may be caused by an okay. We need to go. In the location, there was fortifications, aggressive units, but they may be defending something valuable. Yeah, let's confront them. Let's confront them to see. So this is just a bit of combat in transit, I believe. There are enemy drones or turrets at this location. Fine. I'm not particularly worried about this, to be honest with you. Let's do a little scan. And then a little drill. And then a little fast forward, to be honest. There we go. And go and see if we can try and take you out as well. Oh, there's a little crate over here. A signal source found. 6 new workers. Nice. Okay, we've got homeless crew members. That is fine. That's actually a great problem to have. It looks like there's going to be a... ooh, advanced capsule complex. Whoops. Hold on. Stop. We don't have much time left. Yes, I know. I want to get out of here, but I also want to... Flippin' heck. This is... It's going crazy. Capsule complex... Wait, capsule complex has been destroyed. How the heck do I get out of here? Okay. Let's leave. Let's leave, please. There we go. Get out of here. Okay. I don't know what the heck is happening with the sun, but... Let's go to here. And yes, I realize we are at capacity, but I hope that the sun... Oh, hold on. It's literally the sun. Like, it's literally the sun. Yeah. So are we still technically in the dark here? We're still technically in the dark, but I suspect that we might be... Sun is getting closer. We got 30 seconds to leave. Yeah, okay. Let's fly ahead of the sun. Because apparently the sun is an absolute kicker for us. And we don't want to stay behind here. Right, let's head on over here. Lost in transmission. I'll go talk to her. Fine. Right. Sun is getting dangerously close, and the effects are starting to be felt. Crew items factory has been destroyed. Yeah, well, if we need to rebuild, we can rebuild. I mean, I don't know how flippin' fast the sun arrives relative to me, but I'm still gonna try and...
Crew member died.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, we can't actually do much about that. That's okay. Besides, we got plenty of spare crew. Right. Let's get landed, and then let's do a little bit of oxygen production. Let's do a little bit of rebuilding. That thing's got a little bit spicy there. Yeah, it turns out that the sun is still very, very hot. I don't know how other stuff survives, but it's okay. Right, so we are at the anomaly site. Let's see what we can do. So, infirmary, the oxygen biosphere. Do we not have anyone to assign here? Infirmary? We got 5 healthy crew. Hold on, what's everybody else doing? Dry lunacrete? I don't care about dry lunacrete. Give me another oxygen biosphere worker. That's good. Let's see if we can try and rebuild some of the buildings that we ended up, very unfortunately, losing. So, we need 250 regolith, and regolith is relatively easy for us to come by. All we need to do is do a scan. Let's do it. A little bit of excavation. Commander Rossi has lost his sanity. Oh, for goodness sake! I wasn't even paying attention. Oh well. Look. I think we're probably gonna wrap it up there. Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's all right. I think it's fine. I mean, if you really want a sort of very, very narrative-heavy, sort of exploration, survival management game, you know, definitely could be up your street. I think for me, it's a little rough around the edges. There's a lot of sort of like flying from place to place, which I think is a bit of a shame because I would much rather just, you know, sort of get stuck in to buildings and stuff. I don't want to be reading all that text. Anyway, Dark Moon. You can check it out if indeed you're interested. Link down in the description below, folks. Thank you ever so much for watching. I've been Orbital Potato. I'll catch you next time. Bye.